Today, we're diving into the story of Ruth, a story of unwavering faith, hope, and loyalty that still speaks to us today. Found in the book of Ruth, tells of a young woman who, despite life's hardships, remained faithful to God and loyal to those she loved. The story begins with Naomi, an Israelite woman living in Moab with her husband and 2 sons. After Naomi's husband dies, her sons marry Moabite women, one of whom is Ruth. But soon, tragedy strikes again as both of Naomi's sons also die. In her grief, Naomi decides to return to her homeland, Bethlehem, and urges her daughters-in-law to stay in Moab, where they might find new husbands and stability. Orpah agrees and returns home, but Ruth does something remarkable. Ruth says to Naomi, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God." Ruth commits herself to Naomi and to the God of Israel. Despite her uncertainty and sorrow, Ruth chooses faith, hope, and loyalty. Ruth's decision wasn't easy. Like us, she faced challenges. She was young, widowed, and entering a foreign land. But Ruth's choice to stay with Naomi teaches us about the power of loyalty and faith in hard times. Today, we may not be asked to leave everything behind, but we do face moments where we have to make sacrifices for those we love or trust God's guidance without knowing what lies ahead. In Bethlehem, Ruth worked tirelessly to provide for herself and Naomi. She gleaned in the fields, gathering the leftover grain, a difficult and humbling task. But Ruth's faith and perseverance were noticed. The owner of the field, Boaz, saw her dedication and kindness and showed her favor, allowing her to gather more than enough. Like Ruth, we may face seasons where we're working hard and barely getting by. But her story shows us the value of endurance. Faith means trusting that God sees our efforts, even if the road is tough or the work feels unnoticed. As time passed, Ruth and Boaz's friendship grew. Boaz, moved by Ruth's loyalty and faith, stepped in as her kinsman redeemer, marrying her to ensure her protection and to honor her loyalty to Naomi. Together, they started a family, and Ruth became the great-grandmother of King David, placing her directly in the lineage of Jesus Christ. Ruth's story reminds us that faith, perseverance, and loyalty can lead to blessings we might not see at first. Despite her loss and hardship, Ruth stayed faithful, and God honored her through a new family and legacy. In today's world, we may face loss or seasons of waiting, but like Ruth, we can trust that God has a bigger plan. The story of Ruth shows us that faith in God, hope during trials, loyalty to others, and perseverance lead to blessings. When we stay faithful to God and to those we love, He works through our lives in ways we could never imagine. So, no matter where you are in your journey, remember, God sees you, He knows your story, and He has a plan for you.